Hi, I'm Chaotic Tunes, and once again, I've been asked, dude, why do you draw so much bentai? Okay, first of all, I don't draw bentai. Okay, I draw lewd art. There's a, I know it can look like the same thing, but there's a big difference, all right? And I'll get to that. And to kind of like get the idea of what is what, I looked up the definitions because definitions are something very important, right? So, if we look at the definition of bentai, hopefully by now you know what I'm talking about. It means a subgenre of the Japanese genres of manga and anime, characterized by overly sexualized characters and sexually explicit images and plots. That is the definition of bentai. But now, if we come over to what the definition of lewd is, it's crude and offensive in a sexual way. I don't completely agree with that, but that is the official definition, right? So, what do we get off of that? Bentai is actual corn, alright? Bentai is equivalent of, anime corn. Well, lewd is just anything that could be, in a Bexual, thing it, nexual? Yeah, it's called nexual, in a nexual manner, right? And that's kind of what pisses me off so often, because a lot of people don't seem to understand the difference between those two. Like, I get it. You show me drawing big old titties, and you immediately think, oh, this dude is drawing some bentai. And yeah, I get why you think that, but no, it's actually lewd art. It's just a little infuriating, right? Because believe it or not, I'm a bigger fan of lewd art than bentai. I would like 10 times take lewd art over any bentai, because I don't know, there's something more like appealing about the fact of lewd, because I don't know, I feel like, I don't know how to explain it actually, but in my mind, lewd it's so much better. But please, for the love of God, stop confusing it. But let's get back to the topic as to why I like to draw lewd art. And it kind of goes back to the whole thing that I talked about before as to why I got into art. And if you don't know that story, basically, the reason I want to become an artist is because if I cannot find lewd art of whatever I'm into at the moment, I'm gonna make it, right? I'm not at that point yet. I'm not confident enough in my skills to make my own art yet. But I will get there someday. Maybe in a year, maybe 10 years, maybe 20 years. But at some point, I'm gonna be good enough that I'm gonna draw some of the best lewd art that I would imagine, coming out of me. That is the whole reason why I became an artist. And I know it's gonna seem really stupid because, oh, you should be an artist to spread awareness of a situation, or so you can, conduct your emotions in a healthier way, or so you could, help with a cause, or whatever, like all these noble causes that you could use art for, because art can be used in so many noble causes. Nah, I want to create lewd art. That's kind of my character arc. That's so stupid. So, when I'm drawing and people question me as to why are you drawing lewd art, it kind of, I'm not going to say it triggers me or offends, because it doesn't. I don't really care that much. But it's kind of like throwing like a little insult at the core idea of why I'm an artist. I'm an artist because I want to create lewd art. That's just it. And I guess I was never clear about it, so I'm going to try and be more clear about it. But for the people that keep asking me, whether it's in the internet, on Instagram, or in real life, some of my friends who ask me, the answer is that simple. I draw lewd art because that's the reason I became an artist, and I wouldn't be an artist today if it wasn't for lewd art. It's a cycle, and I want to be in that cycle. It's a cycle that I appreciate, and a cycle that I want to contribute to, because it's what I enjoy. Simple as that. But at the same time, I found some really positive people who, even though they're not into the idea of lewd art, and maybe they're not a huge fan of that thing, they have been very supportive. One time I was at college, and during this semester, I had about a 2-hour off period between one of my classes and the other, so it wasn't really worth driving home and then coming back. I could, but I didn't really feel like it, so I would usually draw during those 2 hours, or I would do homework, whatever it was. And one time, I was drawing the Jenna lewd one, where she was like holding down her shirt. One of my favorite lewds of her that I've done so far. And obviously I kind of like set in a secluded area so people wouldn't see me drawing these things, and one, so they wouldn't judge me, and two, so they wouldn't ask me about it. But came along this guy, and you know, he like saw me drawing, and he just approached me. He just came up to me, and he kind of startled me because I was listening to music, had my headphones on, and he was like, "Hey man, what you drawing?" And I was like, "Oh fuck," I was like, "Oh, I'm just drawing my character." He was like, "Oh dude, that looks fucking dope, dude. Like, what is that?" I was like, "Oh well, you know, this is my character. She's you know, she's kind of a succubus, I was in an awkward position. I was in a very awkward position because how the fuck am I gonna explain this to some random dude I've never met before? He's gonna probably see me in the hallways in the future and be like, damn, that was a fucking weirdo. But no, he was like, damn dude, you know, like I love art. I like drawing. He showed me some of his stuff. He was really good at it. And he was so positive. He was like, yeah, man, like I'm not really into this kind of stuff, but like you got some talent, dude. Like I like what you're doing. It looks good. Keep it up. And you have no idea how good it felt to have an actual physical person who doesn't know me, who couldn't care less about me, come up to me, take time out of his day to look at my art, show me his art, and then be like, oh, you know what, you're doing good, man. I like what you're doing. He even followed me on Instagram, and it was such a cool experience. So kind of what I wanted to get into this whole idea is that if you see someone doing any art, whether it's digital, traditional, paint, sculpture, anything that it will be, even if it's not your cup of tea, I would strongly suggest that you go up to that artist and give them proper critiques. You know, if you think they're doing something good, even if you don't like what they're doing, if they think that like they're doing something good, let them know. Be like, hey dude, you know, I like your shading. Your shading's really good. Like, damn dude, you know, good shit on that. Or be like, oh dude, your body proportions are amazing. You know, how'd you do that? Because a lot of times, a lot of artists doubt themselves. They don't really think they're that good. I've never met a single artist in my life that goes, yeah, I'm a pretty good artist, dude. You know, I'm fucking good. Not once have I met one. So make sure that if you ever see your local artist, give them a little props. You know, just be like, hey, good shit, man. I like it. And if they're a lewd artist, tell them that I appreciate what they're doing. They're doing a good deed. Nonetheless, so I've kind of rambled on long enough about this little topic. This is just my take on it, like always, but I always do love hearing your opinions. So if you would like to drop a comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you think, you know, lewd art is something that shouldn't be talked about? It's too taboo? Do you think it's, you know, we need to get out of the whole, oh, lewd is bad, you know, mentality. There we go. Yeah, we should get out of the mentality. I would love to hear whatever opinion you have down below. So drop it below and I will talk to you. Because trust me, I always answer back to the people who take the time to engage with my content. If you enjoyed the video, really appreciate you drop a like. It means the world to me when people enjoy my content. And last but not least, if you enjoy this type of content or enjoy me as a person, I would really appreciate if you dropped a subscription to my channel. It's completely free. There's a big red button that says subscribe. Really appreciate if you hit it. Means the world to me. Nonetheless though, I do hope you have a wonderful day, and until next time, don't do drugs, because those things are bad for you.